Man, drumming sure makes you thirsty. Luckily, I have QuickTap, the world's best, baddest, and fastest tap. Now, the old version was great, but the new version has a bunch of new cool features I'd like to walk you through. With QuickTap, just one employee can serve beers 2 at a time, hand over fist all day. Stick around and I'll show you how. Not only can one employee serve up to 20 beers a minute, but QuickTap is also efficient. You won't lose a single drop when switching kegs, and it's smart, so you control all your settings right here with this handy touchscreen. The heart of the QuickTap system is this monster cooling unit right here. Now, it's redundant, so if one of them fails, the other one kicks in automatically. And what it does is it cools down this giant tank of water and produces a whopping 100 kilograms of ice with all these coils right here. And what that means is that you can keep pouring beer all day long, no matter what the weather's like, and the last beer that you pour is just as cold as the first one. Now, if the cooling unit is the heart, the brains of the QuickTap system are right here. This is our computer, it controls everything. If we want to change any settings, we just come up here. Now we can change everything from the size of our beer, the amount of head in it, but we can also access things like an instruction manual, we can clean our nozzles, pretty much everything that we need to change. The only thing we can't change is the strength of the beer. These beer stoppers are another essential part of the QuickTap system. Basically what they do is prevent air from getting into your lines when you're changing kegs. So you can change in about a second, keep pouring, and you can make sure to get every single last drop out of your kegs. All these components were built into a unit that's rugged and durable like a tank. We knew that QuickTap was going to have to perform all day long at outdoor events and venues, come rain or come shine. So QuickTap is strong enough, you can even put it into place with a crane or with a forklift. Now that we've had an overview of all of QuickTap's major benefits, let's see how to get the system up and running. The first step is to fill up our cooler. Once it's filled, the whole system is going to weigh about half a ton, so I strongly suggest that you get your QuickTap system in place before you fill up, because it's going to be really hard to move it after that. Lift up right here. Put in your hose and start filling. Make sure it fills up to the level of the coils right here. It might take a while to fill up the cooler, so now's a perfect opportunity to clean your filter. Just unscrew it, take out the filter, and rinse it under some running water. When you're done, simply screw it back in. Once your cooler's full, turn off the hose and close the lid. When you start up your QuickTap, the nozzles on the taps are going to go up. The first thing you need is a bucket to put all the waste hoses in. Next step is to connect the kegs. We have 2 taps, and that means 2 hoses. The reason for that is that it gives you options. You can either take the hoses and connect them to individual kegs, so you can serve 2 different types of beer, or you can put a connector on there, so everything goes from one keg to optimize consumption. Next up is the clutch. Make sure your beer line goes on the top. The gas line goes on the side, and then we put the whole clutch on the keg. Now you can open the beer stopper valves. Here we see the level of beer is at the same level it will be when the keg runs out. We have sensors in here, so when the keg runs out, the level drops, and you'll be alerted that it's time to change the keg. Now, after reading the initial warnings, it's time to activate the taps by pressing confirm. When you press the pour button for the first time, the beer stoppers will automatically air out. If anything goes wrong, you can also air them out by hand by opening these valves right here. Now I have to let you know, there's a little bit of air in the system because we're just starting it up. Nothing will happen when you switch kegs, but when you first start up the system, you can expect that first beer to make a bit of a mess. So now's the time. Put our cup there and press the button. So the first beer we're going to throw away. And now it's smooth pouring for the rest of the day. If the beer needs a bit more head, you can adjust the amount on the touchscreen. Let's see what else you can do on the touchscreen. After confirming you're familiar with the safety instructions and have cleaned the filter, the menu opens. Now you can set the size of your beer after punching in the code. Select from a variety of standard sizes, and you can even fine-tune it if you still haven't reached the line. You can set the head amount for all beers from now on, and you can even set 2 different sizes on each tap. You'll also see the water temperature, voltage, and other gauges. Now let me show you the service menu. You have the option of 2 cleaning programs, one for the whole system and one for just the nozzles. The service section also tracks stats about your sales quantities. You can reset this before every event to keep better track of performance. In the info section, you'll see a bunch of troubleshooting advice and guidelines. With all these settings, you can serve up all kinds of beer, from a really small flat beer to an Oktoberfest-sized beer with huge head. Now I'm going to show you a real cool safety feature. If you don't have a cup here and you accidentally put your hand or something else down, the tap is going to detect the obstacle, stop, and then move away. Now let's see those 2 different cleaning programs. If you want to clean the whole system, the machine will walk you through the process. After rinsing the lines with water, you will leave the cleaning agent in long enough to do the job, and then rinse it with water again. The nozzles will lower for you to clean them with a cloth as often as possible during service. We hope by now that you've seen that QuickTap is the world's best and fastest way to pour beer of all shapes, sizes, and colors. We also hope that in this video we've managed to show you the QuickTap system down to the last detail. But if you still have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks for choosing QuickTap.